My dear students, very good morning to everyone. I am Dr. Sanjeev Punia. In computer architecture, last class we discussed about register transfer and micro operations. Under this, we discuss register transfer language, register transfer, and bus and memory transfer. So we discussed that what are the registers, what is the register transfer language, what are the bus, and what are the memory, and how the data is going to be transferred between them. In today's lecture, we will discuss about micro operations. We will discuss about micro operations. First one, we will discuss about arithmetic micro operation. Then we will discuss about logic micro operations. Then we will discuss about shift micro operation. And if we will have the time, then we will discuss about arithmetic logic unit today only. So let's start. Let me clear it first. Okay, about the arithmetic micro operations. About the arithmetic micro operations first. So basically, when we are discussing about the arithmetic we are going to study like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These all are arithmetic. Here there are four basic arithmetic operations, that is addition, subtraction, increment, and this is increment. Okay, I am right showing it like this. This is increment and this is decrement. So there are basically four operations. Those are addition, subtraction, increment, and decrement. But there are some other operations also. There are some other operations also. Those are add with carry, subtract with borrow, and load as well as transfer. But this is not the list, means the operations are not going to be complete over here. There are lot of operations those we can perform under arithmetic micro operations. These are only some of them. So let's start from the to see the concept that what will happen when we have to perform these different operations. So it shows when we are discussing about the addition, then R1, the content of R1 plus content of R2 is going to be transferred in content of R3. What we are doing, we are adding the content of R1 and R2 and we are transferring that to R3. When we have to subtract, the content of R2, when we have to subtract the content of R2 from R1, suppose in R1 there is 5, in R1 there is 5 and in R2 there is 3. So 5 minus 3, that is equals to 2, means we are going to transfer 2 in R3. So this is for the addition, this is for the subtraction. When we have to transfer the content of a register, or we can say when we have to make the content of the same register of its complement, means when we have to make the content from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0 of the same register. So we can do it by, that is R2 dash. Suppose R2 is a register for which we are talking, then R2 dash means we are taking the complement of this. We discussed that we can write it R2 dash, we are R2 dash, or we can also write R2 bar, or we can also write R2 bar, R2 bar. So these both are same. Either we can represent by this one, or we can represent it by bar operation. So when we are writing this, it means that the content of R2 is going to be copied in R2 again with its complement. Or in simple word, we can say that content of the register is going to be complement. We know that when we have to find out the 2's complement, when we have to find out the 2's complement, then first of all we have to find out the first complement, plus we have to add 1 in this. This is the way to find out the 2's complement. So when we have to find out the 2's complement of the content of the register, then first we will try to find out the complement of the register, then we are going to add, means R2's complement of the register is equals to negate, means when we have to subtract these numbers, when we have to subtract any number, then to subtract the number we have to add the number. What we have to add the number? Suppose I have to subtract a register value b from a, then what I have to write? I will write a minus b. I will write a minus b. But what happens inside computer? Computer does not recognize minus. So, first we will try to find out, the 2's complement of b. So we will do plus a plus 2's complement of b. 2's complement of b. This is 2's complement. Then we can find out the a minus b. So when we are going to find the value of R1 minus R2, then we have to perform this operation first. To find out the value of R2, we have to perform this operation. Next, subtraction. As I told you over here, that we find the value of R2 and the value of this minus R2, that is negation of this, is equals to R2 complement plus 1. This is R2 complement plus 1 is equals to minus R2, So these two are same. This is, you can see from here, this is for the subtraction, and here also we are subtracting. We are subtracting the content. Increment, when we are saying increment, means we are increasing the value of the content. Suppose the value in R is 5, then we are making it 5 plus 1, that is 6. In the same way, this is decrement. So here we discuss about the arithmetic operations. In this arithmetic operation, we saw that how the addition is going to performed, how the negation means minus is going to be performed, how we can find out the 1's complement, what's the process to find out the 2's complement, and how we can solve this equation because nothing can be performed in case of minus. Then we discuss about the increment as well as decrement. So these are some basic operations. Those are going to be performed in arithmetic micro operations. So these are the circuits we discussed when we were doing the revision of digital electronics. Then this is the circuit for binary adder. We discuss about this one of a single unit. This is a full adder. This is a full adder. Means we have two inputs. We have two inputs A0 and B0, and there is some carry. There is some carry from the last addition number. Then we can get some plus a carry that is going to be generated from here. So this carry is going to be added in the next addition bit. So this is the binary adder we discussed it earlier. This is a circuit that is used binary adder as well as subtractor. Here we in B we are using the XOR gate. We are using the XOR gate. So when in one input we are using the XOR gate, then this circuit will work as a binary adder as well as subtractor. These all we discuss in digital electronics. Now this is a binary incrementer. This is the first time we are seeing what happens in binary incrementer. This is the same as for the addition, but what happens only in the initial first time we are adding 1. Means whatever is the value of register, is the value of register, we are adding 1 in that, and the carry, the generation of the carry, we are feeding it in the next register. So in the case of binary incrementer, we have to add 1 only in the first bit. Only in the first bit. Now these are some other micro operations. These are some other micro operations. We have two inputs, S1 and S0. We have two inputs, S1 and S0. And Cin is for the carry. Cin is for the carry, that there is a carry from the last bit or not, and Y is the output. Y is the output. So output for this is means D addition. We can perform the addition. Suppose S1 is A and this is B. Suppose this is A and this is B. Then in first one we are adding the numbers. From here you can see that this is plus 1. This is 1, means there is a carry. There is a carry. So this is add with carry. Till here we are adding the numbers. You can see from here. Till here we are adding the numbers and we are adding a carry. So this is subtract with borrow. Subtract with borrow, because here this is 0 and this is only subtraction. Then transfer A means we are transferring the value of A to D without any operation. increment of a we discussed in the last slide, that is a plus 1, decrement of a, and this is the transfer of a with carry, transfer of a with carry. Here you can see that this is with carry and this is without carry. So we have to check the last bit or the last operation, what happened in the last operation. Now about the logic micro operations. Logic micro operations are based on a individual bit. Suppose there is a register A that have 4 bits, A1, A2, A3 and A4, A3 and A3 and A4. And when I have to perform the operation, when I have to perform a operation on the bit, then these logical micro operations are used. Logic micro operations are bitwise operations. This is the reason we are saying that this is bitwise operations or perform individually on the bits. So when there are different bits and we are performing any operations on those individual bits, then this is a logic micro operation. The use of this is to manipulate the binary data, that how we can set the data, how we can clear the data, how we can change the value in a register by using another register, and we can take logical decisions like less than, greater than, all these operations. We discuss the logic operations in programming language also, so you all are very clear about the logic operations. Now we will discuss that what happens and how we can perform these. When we have two numbers a and b, when we have two numbers a and b, then we can perform 16 operations. Total operations we can perform, or I should say total logic operations we can perform are 16. But we will discuss only and, or, or and not, because the left operations are made by using the different combinations of these four. When we have to perform another operations, then the other operations are going to be performed by using the different combinations of all these four logic micro operations. So let's come on the next slide. So from here, we will see that how we can perform these four operations. This is a input A, this is a input B. So we have two inputs A and B. This is a 4:1 multiplexer. 4:1 multiplexer means there will be four input line, there will be four input line and one output line. One output line. These two are selection line, means which one operation we have to select, means on the output it will be 0 or it will be 1 or it will be 2, it will be 3. It will depend on the selection line. As there are two selection lines, so values can be 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, and 1 1. So based on these four different combinations, we can set the value of addition, subtraction. So when we have to perform the AND operation, this is also represented by this symbol. So when A and B, and we have to find out the AND of these, so we are using the AND gate. When we have to find out the OR, then we are using the OR gate. In case of XOR, we are using the XOR gate, and in case of complement, we are using the negation, means NOT gate. So in a single circuit, by using a single circuit, we can perform all these four logic micro operations. This was about the logic micro operations. Now we will see in detail about the logic operations, that how these are going to be performed. So we will discuss about select set, we will discuss about select complement, we are discuss about select clear, then we will discuss about masking, then clear. This is clear and this is selective clear. So we have to keep these things in the mind. Then insert and then compare. So these are different operations, those we can perform by using logic micro operations. When we have the two registers A and B, and we want to perform some operation on A, or we want to change the content of A as per our requirement, then we can do it by using another register B, and by setting the different values in register B and making an operation from B to A, then we can find out the value, or we can complete that operation, or we can find out the desired value. In selective A means whatever the value of A, we are performing some operation using B, bitwise operation using B, and we are getting the same input as it is earlier. Let us see the examples. It will be more clear by using the examples. So about the set clear, means when the bit pattern in B is used to set certain bit in A. When we have to set any bit of A, means when we have to put the value of that particular bit high, that is 1, then we can do that by using the value of B. You can see here that in this example, when we have to set this bit and this bit to 1, this bit and this bit to 1 of register A, then we can add the content of that register B, the content of another register B, where the value of B at these two places is 1. Because when we add these two registers, as we know, the concept of or that is addition when any one of the bit is 1. When any one of the bit is 1, then output is 1. So we are making these bits 1. So either this is 0 or this is 1. We are getting 1 in the output. So if a bit in B is set to be 1, the same position in A gets set to 1. Otherwise, that bit in A keeps as it is previous. You can see from here that this one is same, this one is also same. So whatever the bit we have to change, or we have to change the value from 0 to 1 or from 1 to 1, or when we have to set the value 1 of the any particular bit, then we can set the that bit value in B register as 1. It happens when we have to find out the selective set operation. Set means 1. Now this is selective complement. Selective complement means we are going to select the bit first. That for which bit we have to perform the operation. So selective means we are going to select the bit first. Here we selected the bit, and then we will going to perform the complement micro operations on that bit. You can see from the example, if a bit in B is set to 1, we set these two bits 1 in B. That same position in A gets complemented from its original value, because we know that in XOR this is A bar B A B bar plus A bar B plus A bar B. This is equivalent to A XOR B. Means when the values are different, then the output will be 1, and when the bits are same, in that case the output value will be 0. You can see from here also that we want to complement this bit and this bit. We want to complement, this is first and second bit and fourth bit of register A. Then what we will do, we will perform the XOR. We will perform the XOR with B. We will perform the XOR with B. And the value of that is 1 and 1. So when we are going to perform the operation XOR on 0 and 1, then output is 1. And when we are going to perform the operation XOR on 1 and 1, then this is 0. So you can check from here that this was 0 earlier, now it is 1. Earlier it was 1, now it is 0 instead of 1. So this is the reason that they are called selective complement. Next, this is selective clear, means we will going to select the bit and we will find out the value of those bits by using the operation of B register bit by bit to clear the certain bits in A. So this is also a select clear, means we will perform this operation on some selected bits. So here we will perform this operation on this bit, second bit, and on the fourth bit. To clear means to set the value 0. To set the value 0. So if a bit in B is set to 1, what we did, we are setting the bit 1 in B, the selective bit 1 in B, and the same position in A get to be 0. You can check from here that earlier it was 0, now again it is 0. Earlier it was 1, so now it is 0 instead of 1. So when we have to perform a clear operation, means when we have to set the value of those particular bits 0, then we can perform A dot B bar. A dot B bar. So this happens in case of selective clear. Now masking operation. Masking operation or micro operation. If a bit in B is set to 0, if a bit in B is set to 0, the same position is A gets set to be 0. When we have to clear the bit, when we have to clear the bit in a register A, this is a register A, we have to clear the bits at position first and 3, and first bit and third bit. Then what we will do, in B register at first bit and third bit we will use 0. So this is A dot B. Masking and last one, that is clear, is same. You can check from here that in this we are using A dot B. In this we are using A dot B and the value is 0. Value is 0 because we are performing on first and third. From the last slide, when we were discussing about the selective clear, then you can check from here also that instead of 0, we are putting 1 when we have to clear the content, and we are using A dot B bar. So in this we are using 1 instead of 0, and in the next one we are using 0 when we have to mask or we have to clear the certain bit, to clear the operation, to clear the or to clear operation. When the bits in two registers, for an example A and B are same, then those should be 0. So in that case we have to perform XOR. You can check from here that this is 0, this is 0, so output is 0, and this is 1, this is 1, output is 0. Otherwise it's 1. So in case of XOR, we have seen earlier that when the input are same, when the input values are same, then output is 0, and when the input values are different, in that case output is 1. So it happens in that case XOR. So we can use clear operation, clear micro operation when we have to put the values of the output registers in such a way that when the values in input register or input bit is same, then it will be 0. Otherwise, when the values of the bits are different, then output will be 1. This is a insert operation. Insert operation is used to introduce a specific bit pattern into A. When we have to when we have earlier or when we decide earlier that this should be our pattern in A, then we will use insert operation. This is done for masking as well as for operation. So first we will use masking, then we will perform the own operation in that. It will be more clear with an example. So check the example now. There is a number A. There is a number A. Number A means this is a register A of different bits of 16 bits register, where the values are 1101, 1000, 1011, and 0001. This is the original content of a register A. We want to set the value of A as 1101, 1000, 1011, 1010. If you are going to compare these two about the desired one and original one, then these two are same. These two are same. So there is no need to discuss about these. We will emphasize on these 4 bits. We will emphasize on these 4 bits. We have to bring 1010 instead of 0001. So this is the original value. You can check from here that this is equivalent to this original value. Whatever we are doing, we are masking this, because we do not have to change the value in these bits. So we will put or we will mask these bits by 1. When we are masking these bits by 1, then the values remains as it is. So we are going to mask the digits. Those are going to be changed with 0. So first of all, we have to mask those bits by 0. Those we have to be changed. And in another bits, the masking is with 1. Now we have to find OR. We have to find OR. So this you can check. This is the result of these. When we are going to mask these, when we are masking this, these 12 are same, these 12 are same, and as we are masking last 4 bits, we are masking last 4 bits by 000, then output is 0. Now we will add 1010 means desired output. Now we will add desired output, so it will be 1010. So this is the way that when we want some specific pattern, then in that case we will use 2 operations, masking as well as ORing. So by this way we can find out the desired value in the output register. So here we discuss all these operations. We discuss about the selective set, selective complement, selective clear, masking, clear, insert, we and compare. So we discuss this compare is equals to this one. This compare is equals to selective complement operation. So this was about the logic micro operations. Now we will discuss about the next one, that is shift micro operations. Shift micro operation. So when we are saying shift micro operation, means value is going to be shift, and when the value is going to be shift, it can be shift either in the left or in the right. Either in the left or in the right. Means values can be shift in two direction. Either it will shift in the left or it will shift in the right. So basically there are three shift operation. First one is logical shift, second one is circular shift, and third one is arithmetic shift. These three also are most important because these operations are going to be performed when we have to find out the values of different operations, or when we have to perform many operations on the content of a register. So we will discuss about the logic shift, circular shift, and arithmetic shift. What happens in this, the serially the information that we are performing, or the operation those we are performing, those are going to be performed serially, means same as the last one. Means these operations will perform either from the left to right or from right to left, but the operation will be similar. This is the concept of shift micro operations. When we are doing a right shift operation, means we are moving the content of that particular bit to one bit right at a time, so when we are performing the right shift operation, then the content of this will transfer over here, the content of this will transfer over here, the content of this is going to be transfer over here. Means content of bit is going to be transferred one by one in the right. Same in the left shift operation, means content of the bits is going to be shift from right to left. As in this case, the content of this will shift to this. Content of this bit will shift to this. Means this is the concept of right shift and left shift. Now come on the next slide. So this is logical shift. As we discussed that there are three shift operations. First one is logical shift, second is circular shift, and third one is arithmetic shift. So first we discuss that is what are shift operations. So we discuss about the left shift and right shift. Now we will see that what are the logical shift operations. What are logical shift operations? This is represented by SH, means shift logical, shift logical, and L represent left or R is going to be represent right. Means we are going to shift logically either in the left or in the right. So SHR represent that the content of a register is going to be shift logically right, and the content of register is going to be shift logically left when we represent SHL. So when we are saying that SHR R2 means we are shifting the content of R2 register. We are shifting the content of R2 register one bit at a time in the right. One bit at a time in the right, and same over here. We are shifting the content of register R3 one bit in the left. It will be more clear from this example. See what happens when we are shifting right. When we are shifting right, there is no problem. The content of this is going to be shift over here. The content of this is going to be shift over here. But and the content of last bit, the content of last bit, either it contains 0 or it contains 1, that will be out from this register. Whatever will happen with this bit, that's not the case of discussion over here. Our purpose is to discuss about the shift, logical shift right or logical shift left. In logical shift right or logical shift left, we have to insert the value 0 on the first bit. When we are shifting it towards right, so the content of this bit, the content of this bit transferred to this bit. So now this bit is empty. Now this bit is empty. So we can put either 1 or 0. But when we are putting or when we are inserting a value 0, then this is logical shift. Same in the case of logical shift left. Logical shift left, the values is going to be shift logically bit by bit in the left direction, but the inserted value is 0. Inserted value is 0 over here also, over here also. This was about the shift micro operation. Then circular shift. Circular shift means when we connect the last bit, when we connect the last bit with the first bit, or you can see from here that circular bit is like this. Suppose this is a register. When the last bit of this register is going to take place at first place when we are performing the right shift, or when we are performing the left shift, then content of this register leftmost register transfer to rightmost register. So this is represented by CIL, means circular. CI represents circular and L represent left, R represent right. Means if we want to perform a circular right operation, on register R2, then we will write CIR, means circular right. And when we have to perform a circular left operation, then we will write CIL, that is circular left on register R3. Let us see an example of this also. So this is a register. In this register, when we are performing the circular right shift, then the content of this register is going to be shift over here. The content of this is going to be shift over here, means in the right. But the content of this one, is going at the first place, means on the LS leftmost bit. And when we are performing the circular left operation, then the content of this bit transferred to the last one. So this is about the shift micro operations. Now next, and this is the last one in this, that is shift micro operation, that is arithmetic shift micro operation. That is arithmetic shift micro operation. In arithmetic shift operation, number one, that it is going to be performed on signed binary numbers. When we are shifting the bits in the left direction, then the value of output register is going to be multiplied by 2. Its value becomes 2 times. And when we are performing a write operation, in that case value is divided by 2. Value is going to be divided by 2. And the sign remains the same. In arithmetic shift, it is going to be multiplied assigned value by 2, and in write shift this is going to be divided by 2. It happens in the case of shift register. This is going to be represented by SHL, means arithmetic shift left and arithmetic shift right. So when we have to perform arithmetic shift right on R2, then we will write AS, that is arithmetic, SH means shift, R means right. And this is arithmetic shift left. So come on the example based on this. So this is a register. This is a register R2 or any register, suppose R. When we have to perform the arithmetic shift right, in that case the values are shifting in the right direction one by one, but we have to decide that where this value is going to take place. You can check from here that this is a sign bit. So what can be the case? When we are performing a left operation, then in that case it can be overflow. Suppose we can store, this is a 4-bit register, and in 4-bit register we can store 2 raised to the power 4 numbers, and if we are multiplying the number by 2, any number by 2, and the value of that is more than this, then the register is going to be overflow. Means the values in the register is going to be overflow. So in the left shift we have to find out, or we have to check that the register is overflow or not. For this we have to use one circuit. Then in the last bit and in second last bit, that is sign bit, and in the second last bit we will perform a XOR operation. If the values of these two are same, and if the values of these two are different, then it will depend on that. Before the shift if the leftmost two bits differ, the shift will result in an overflow. We know the property of XOR, that when these two, or when both the inputs are different, then output is 1. It means when these two are different, then there will be a overflow. There will be a overflow. So now last operation, let me check that we can discuss. Okay, this is the shift micro operation. We were discussing about the shift micro operation. So this is a shift micro operation in which we can perform all the shift operation in a single circuit. So this is a selection line. By using this selection line, we can perform that. We can see that we have to perform a left shift or a right shift. Suppose the value of this is selection line is 0, it means we are going to perform a shift right, and the value is 1, it will going to perform the shift left. These are the different values on which we have to perform the operation. So this is a single circuit by which we can perform all different shift operation. Now last one, should I complete this? Yes, okay, let me complete this also. So arithmetic logic shift unit, this is the last part, this is the last topic of first part of first unit, arithmetic logic shift unit. This is a unit in which we can perform both the operation simultaneously, or we are going to produce a circuit like this, and in which we can perform either the arithmetic operations or the logic operations. Means using this circuit, we can perform any of the operation. Either we can perform arithmetic operations or we can perform logic operations by using a single circuit. So this is the reason that this is called arithmetic logic shift unit. Arithmetic logic shift unit means in a single circuit we can perform arithmetic operations, we can perform logic operations, or we can perform shift operations. So the operations those we can perform in this, those are either we can perform transfer A, means transferring the content of A to F. We are incrementing addition, add with carry, subtract with borrow, subtraction, increment, as well as decrement, transfer, and, or, XOR, complement, shift right, shift left. These all operations we discuss in shift operations. So in today's class we discuss about the shift, about the micro operations. In these micro operation we discuss all three, that is, let me tell you over here, we discuss about shift micro operations, logic micro operations, and arithmetic micro operations. So today class we discuss about the arithmetic micro operations, about the logic micro operations, about the shift micro operations, and in the last we discuss about the arithmetic logic unit. So this was complete first part of first unit, that was register transfer and micro operation. Register transfer and micro operation was the first part of first unit, and there are different topics, that register transfer language, register transfer, bus and memory transfer, arithmetic micro operations, logic micro operations, shift micro operations, and in the last arithmetic logic shift unit. So we discuss all these over here. We discuss about the logic also, we discuss about the shift also, we discuss about the arithmetic logic unit also. In the next class, we will discuss about the second part of first unit, that is instruction codes. Thank you.